Miss really showed a lot of moxie and a lot of toughness with the way they fell down, both in the first half and the second half, and was able to bounce back from both those deficits of 10. What was the most in the second half? 7? Early in the second half? Was it 9? Yeah, so credit them, number one. I thought that we did obviously a horrible job on Blake Hinson. We knew what he was. He's a three-point shooter. He really got going. The first one he made to start in the second half, we were playing off of him, which is just inexcusable. And this is 2 games in a row now. We've had the power forward on the opposing team have career nights against our defense. And so, for me, it's I've always been a coach that believes defense wins first, and we've really done a poor job at defending here in the last few games. And even our efficiency defensively on the year has not been close to what we're doing offensively. Defensively, we've got to get better. And hang our hat on being able to stop. I thought we got emotional tonight. Nick's third foul on the technical was really a tough break for us in the first half because it kept him out of the game and kept him from starting the second half, and he's our best perimeter defender. I thought our turnovers, we had too many turnovers, especially out of our 2 main ball handlers. We've got to do a better job at having a lot more trust and patience offensively with one another. We've got to learn by watching. I thought Robert Woodard and Reggie Perry both had really good games for us as freshmen. And I got to use Robert Moore as a 4, especially in a matchup like Hinson, where we really struggled to get out to him and take on the challenge of guarding him on the perimeter.
We'll start with Adam here, second row to coach's right.
Give them credit, they hit a lot of shots. It might seem like at times one of those days, but you talked about the challenge of defending their three-pointers. What was the challenge today, and how they spread you, and then how they effectively used the screen to maybe draw somebody and then drop?
Yeah, they were slipping a lot in terms of the screens, which they do. I mean, they're number 1 in our league in offensive efficiency, field goal percentage, and free throw percentage. So they're a very good offensive team. Basically, they're playing with 4 guards a lot of time out there. And so, you've got to be aware of that. Do a good job skinning. They're big kids, a very good screener and rolling. The first half, I thought we defended the 3 pretty well. They were 5 for 16 in the first half. Second half, they really got it going, and especially Hinson, obviously. But so did Stevens. Stevens made 2 big threes. And, we'll go back and watch that. But, we ended up switching it. He didn't get another one on us. But they moved the ball well, and, credit them again for their ball movement and their mental toughness. And they only had 10 turnovers. The difference in the game, in a game that's close, 5 extra possessions because we had 15, they had 10. So we outboarded them. I thought we did, a good job there. I thought Abdul had a good second half. Really showed a lot of heart the way he was playing out there at both ends of the floor. But this is a tough loss because they're a good team. It would have been a really good win for your resume, so it's a tough one.
Go to the back in the cameras, and then we'll get it to the front row.
Coach, after Nick's 3 that tied it up at 77, the offensive execution in the final minutes, I think Q had a quick 3, and then Lamar had to drive that, didn't go. What did you think about maybe the offensive execution at the end of the game?
Yeah, I thought when we were down 2, the 3 that Q took was too far out. I don't know if you're talking about that shot. And that was, he wants to win so bad for his team. I get that, but that was arguably maybe a 27, 28-footer. We've got to be more trusting, kind of said in my opening remarks. And, that was set up for him to drive that actual little quick-hitting set, not to pull up from 3. And we were down 2 at the time. We were trying to score and maybe get fouled. And there were some, tough breaks, but, again, credit Ole Miss. They're the ones that came in here and were down 10, down 9 in the second half and still, found a way with their good leadership and mental toughness to fight back.
Go to the front middle.
Ben, you've coached against Kermit a lot, and you know how his teams play. What's allowed Ole Miss to kind of preseason pick to finish last in the SEC, but to come along and to be where they are and the job Kermit's done?
I think Kermit's done a fantastic job, obviously. And You know, Andy left them some good players. It wasn't like the cupboard was bare, and they had a pretty good culture. But he's done a great job, I think, taking it to a different level, and really has those kids playing together and playing well. And obviously Hinson and Buffin have been really good additions to their program. And you know, Hinson today, you know, has a career day against us, and is obviously very, very good.
Go to the gentleman standing up to coach's right.
Coach, like you said earlier, with your two floor generals being able to cost the ball, to turn over the ball more than often, would you say that would be on the test to being to the environment of the game, with a strong environment since it was?
No, I think we just got to, you know, have a little more patience offensively. You know, we get rushed and we're trying to do too much by ourselves rather than play through the offense.
Go back to the cameras again.
Coach, obviously not the start you want in SEC play 0-2, but is there any solace taken in the fact that both losses are, you know, one possession games? You know, what's kind of the mood in the locker room right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously it's very, you know, tough. I just thought though that today we were really emotional, and you know, because of in the rivalry, and we were showing almost too much emotion, being too high, being too low, and things are going well. You got to be more even keel with our emotions.
Go back to the front.
Again, I know it didn't turn out the way you wanted, but what about the atmosphere? And it seemed like a really big rivalry game, played pretty well by both teams.
Yeah, it was, and that's exciting for the state of Mississippi to have, you know, basketball. You know, we've got, you know, two good teams in the state, and so that's definitely positive. You know, it was a great environment today. Our fans were phenomenal. I mean, I was really pleased with the home court advantage that they gave us with their support and how loud they were. And so we're obviously very appreciative of that.
Go to Joel here to middle, second row.
I know you talked a lot the last couple of weeks about wanting to improve defensively, and particularly three-point defense, with Hinson kind of having a big day today from the three-point line. Is there anything, a consistent theme that you're seeing that's allowing teams to have success against you guys from the three-point range?
Yeah, you know, the last game it wasn't the threes against South Carolina. I mean, they killed us in the paint. You know, and today this is a team that's a really good perimeter shooting team. As you know, those four guys that start on the perimeter, really, you know, Hinson's kind of a skilled guy, like a small forward playing the power forward. But you know, when we watch this, we knew that you have your job when you're guarding him was to make him dribble rather than be able to catch and shoot. And he had a lot of his threes were just catching and shooting with range. And you know, so it's something that, you know, we talk about all the time. And I thought we did a pretty good job on Davis. You know, he got in foul trouble. You know, he's a very good player. Tyree is an outstanding player and made big shots and made the free throws down the stretch and had 0 turnovers. You know, he had 5 assists and 0 turnovers. So he really had a great all-around game in terms of his floor game.
Go back to Adam, second row here.
Coach, on the possession 79-77, Lamar had the drive. It appeared that got blocked. Was that the shot that you guys wanted? And it looked like Abdul had the offensive rebound. Did it get knocked away? Or?
Yeah, but what I thought happened is, and I'm not sure if it got blocked. I'll have to look and see, but I know that Abdul, when he got the rebound, did a great job getting it. But he tried to dribble it to get some balance, and as soon as you bounce it as big with those many people around you, they slapped it out of his hands there.
Woodard gets you 7 points in 8 minutes in the first
Pardon me?
half. Woodard gets you 7 points in 8 minutes in the first half. Only plays 1 minute in the second half. I think he's playing with good emotion too. But why couldn't he get back into the game?
Yeah, it's my fault, and it's really a coaching error because we needed him in there the way we were guarding Hinson. He would have been our best matchup as a guy who plays forward. And I thought that Reggie did a pretty good job on Hinson when he was in there. But that's my fault, and you know, we talked about that. Trust me, after the game as coaches.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go to Tyler.
You talked about your team's inability to manage emotions, maybe a little too high, a little too low. Obviously, Ole Miss, they got some player technicals, so it was an emotional game. How much do you think the outcome, your team not being able to sort of keep those emotions in check, played into the outcome?
Yeah, I think that's why I'm making a big deal of it. I think it played in quite a bit. But it's not just this game. We've got to be better at that in general as a team, and be able to be a little more stoic and be consistent and not get high or get low, but to be just playing hard. And that's something like John Wooden always emphasized. He didn't think it was you don't play with emotion. That's not a positive. You know, it's a great example today for us.
I guess what I should have asked is, do you feel like in the end Ole Miss sort of managed their emotions better? They kind of cut out all that unnecessary
You know,
stuff?
I don't know about them as much as I just know my own team. You know, I felt like we were, like at halftime, it felt like in our locker room when I went in there that we were down by 10. We were up 2. It was like, I mean, everybody wants to play good and play well, but, I had to encourage them. Like, hey, we're up 2 right now. We're not down 10. And it felt like that in the locker room. And it's about team. I think sometimes guys don't play individually and then they get down. All that matters is just the scoreboard and where your team is. That's kind of the message.
One more to wrap it up.
Coach, since it's tough playing the SEC conference and after this loss to Ole Miss, what would you have to ramp up now to your team to try to improve your record now going into later in the season?
Yeah, well, we got 16 more games, and the bottom line is we got to get better defensively and get where we eventually get in a hurry, as we're moving forward.
Thank you guys. We'll see you Monday.